Hello, everybody. We are back again. Some slight, I don't know what you want to call it, technical difficulties yesterday that stopped the cast from going on, but we are here today for the finals of the round 3 of the SCL. These are the divisional championships of bronze and platinum.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Oh yes, it is, and that was one of our two casters, Taboshi. Hello,
Hi.
welcome back,
It's always a pleasure.
and Gresh as well, who was with me. I guess that was last week. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah.
We
This
had
is a really hype bunch of sets too.
oh
Should be good.
yes, I do not know who's gonna win either of these matches. Raw versus Opie could definitely go either way. I'm guessing we're gonna see a lot of sniper wins in that set.
There's a good chance of that.
Yeah,
Yes, I think that should be really
would
fun
not,
to see.
yeah, I would not be surprised if there was like a single spy win in that whole set, or maybe even
I
no,
think,
even no could theoretically even be no spy wins and just go to final, overtime.
Yeah, I think Gabrio versus Sauerkraut should be interesting too.
Yeah.
I think Sauerkraut probably favored here. I'm guessing. I don't know how the rest of the sets in Copper 2 have gone.
Yeah.
Just has incredibly skilled player and plays
Yes.
so much with Nebula, but you can't underestimate Gabrio. Very
Yep,
creative
yep.
player too.
Yes, that is true. And in fact, Gabrio, big fan of his draft. Let's get into this.
Big fan.
Big fan
It's
of
always amazing to me how far down the SCL ladder you can go and still have really, truly terrifying players.
yeah.
That is absolutely true.
Yep. Yes, Sauerkraut for sure. And then Gabrio. Turns out Gabrio's good at this game. I didn't know that. I thought all Gabrio did was make tournaments. I didn't know he actually played well too.
In the Copper Finals.
Yeah. I mean,
So it looks like we've got double Courtyard, double Tayen. That's going to be interesting.
oh yes.
Followed by Library, Gallery, Veranda, and Modern.
Yeah, the venues get progressively bigger as we go on. I guess.
Indeed.
Yep.
Just get all those any 5 of 8s.
Yep. And then, I guess Modern was once a 5 of 8,
Yeah,
And-
the
and
honorary 5 of 8.
and at Heck Gallery for a very short while in Older it was played as a 5 of 8. That did not work.
Oh God, was it?
Oh yes, very brief. Well, it was it was one or probably a 5 of 7 because I don't even know if 8 existed
We
yet.
didn't have fingerprints back then.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I think it was one of those things where you just gotta there's 21 guests. I guess we better try 8 people, 5 of 7 or whatever. And I was just like, well, never
That didn't
mind.
last too long.
It did not. It turns out gallery it's very hard to do missions sometimes. I guess the same thing happened to Modern. We were like, oh wait, this is too hard.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I think we can get into this here. See how hard this is for these players.
Absolutely. Let's get this thing started. It's going to be Gabrio starting things off on the sniper side versus Sauerkraut Spy on Courtyard, 4 of 7 in 3, 2, 1 playing it. And generally speaking, Courtyard, because of how visible everything is and how high the sniper angle is, this is a very sniper favored venue. So should be a good place for both players to get in, shake the nerves off, get a few reps under their belt before they start going into freaking Tayen.
Alright. I like this early, pretty aggressive play from Sour. We got a white flirt, decided to get right out of there and get a fingerprint.
Yeah, and going for an early print like that, especially a relatively high-profile one, is something I would like to see players do a little bit more often. Just having that extra bit of progress under your belt as you get later in the game can be extremely useful. There's the
Yeah,
second flirt coming off. This one green, so that brings us up to 84% there. So
we're not
any
wasting any
flirt
time.
from this point on will finish that mission up.
Yeah, I really like how we're not wasting any time getting these flirt cooldowns off. Amba's touched like 3 statues, so it seems like a statue fingerprint finish would be in the works.
Absolutely. Sauerkraut has been really aggressive on the flirting. Seduction is already done. We're also in conversation with the double agent, but we've got a little bit of movement right now, so probably it'll take a few seconds before we pull the trigger on the contact.
Waiting for it to
Well,
settle a little bit.
honestly,
Banana bread.
well,
Here we
the
go.
contact does indeed come off. Unfortunately, the suspected double agent not in conversation,
Oh.
but Sauerkraut with the banana
Yep.
split gets credited for being out of conversation and takes a low light. That might be a
Here's a
game
print.
right there.
Yeah. And the print
In
is
the
here.
statues, we go to take a couple of inspects. There's probably a fingerprint here as well. Indeed, there is, and that's it. That's done.
Yeah, that's a spy game.
Man, finding a spy win this early on, and honestly, that would be a hard shot to take, even if that low light didn't happen. A minute left in the game is pretty early to be finishing on Courtyard.
Yeah, the earlier print was helpful, but this is also just a really good prints game. I think Amba touched all 4 statues by the end, so it makes it harder to. I
Banana
don't
bread.
know. Makes it harder to shoot for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, it is not common to see spy wins on this venue at all, but to see one off the top of a set when spies are usually a little bit jittery, that is very impressive stuff. Let's see if Gabrio is able to find a way to answer back from the spy side in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Let's see what we get. So far, just settling this innocent conversation.
It looked like he was trying to chase down the seduction target, but bumped into her from behind and accidentally redirected her. Ambassador has dropped in to say hi, though, so we might be able to get a cheeky bug off if Sauerkraut goes on a poor rotation, but they're absolutely on top of things. No bug is able to come off. We are able to get a nice green flirt at the window here, so that's a nice little start, especially because we were unable to get the early flirt in conversation, but out we go into conversation with the double agent. This is a very good opportunity to take that contact.
It does seem like a good time.
Banana bread.
I don't think there's anybody out of combo. Oh, maybe Queen. Okay.
There was Queen and the Ambassador. That's it.
Yeah.
Very good contact indeed.
And so we again are at the point where trying to figure out what our fourth mission is going to be. We're in a good spot with that first green flirt and really nice contact, but that's the challenge of Courtyard right there.
Yeah, and the party's a little bit awkward. Normally you'd want to go to the flirt right now, but she's a little bit swamped with people. So we're going to drop by the statues to see if we can give a bit of time for someone to leave that conversation. So that's the inspects done.
Oh.
Just take a white swap. That could be immediate
Yeah.
death. Yep, indeed it is. Gabrio takes the bullet, and Sauerkraut goes up to a very early 2-point lead.
Yeah. I think Sauer was ready for this to potentially be a setup for a finish. Was really watching us and watching for the swap.
Yeah, like
Not
at a
bad.
minute and 13 left, probably it's about time you assume that the flirt is done. So as far as Sauerkraut's concerned, that's probably the last mission. So keeping a good solid eye on that. It's about time for it too. minute and 13 seconds left on the clock. That's usually about where the spy goes in for their statue visit. So it was very good timing for Sauerkraut to be on top of that, and they absolutely were. Now they're up 2-0, heading back into the spy side of Courtyard for the second round on this venue in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah. And we've chosen pearls. Haven't seen any bugs so far this set, but I mean, with Courtyard, it's rather challenging, just like with Purloin, to get a good bug.
Pearl's one of the slowest characters in the game, but able to pick up a nice little 25% flirt off a window early on in the game. And the seduction target drops in to say hi to us after the fact as well. So that's going to be another flirt coming off very quickly after the first. Although 2 flirts in this case, both white, both at a slight distance, only brings us up to 54%. So it's not ideal, but it's definitely a solid start.
Yeah, for fortunate later in the game, maybe we can get a last green flirt, but at least for now, we're idling here, so maybe we'll see another couple flirts. Nope, we're leaving. Thinking about getting that contact, perhaps.
A little bit too far away to get it done with a green, so just heading off to drop by the double agent real quick. Oh, a couple of people step away in between taking that white test, and oh dear!
Yeah, no.
Everything has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, Sour going for the BB Purloin, and unfortunately gets a crash.
I haven't heard that sound effect in a very long time. All right, well, the second spy game for Sauerkraut did not go quite as smoothly as the first. Gabrio gets himself on the board. Let's see if they can draw level on the spy side of Courtyard in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah.
Very early moment next to the ambassador here, but unfortunately, with the drink in hand and a few people in between, not quite able to get that time of chaos bug I think he was angling for. Does find himself in conversation with the double agent, but opts not to take that and just go pick up an early flirt instead.
Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. I mean, we wouldn't have...
Unfortunately, seduction target does not want to cooperate this time around.
Yeah. But I think we would have been waiting there for a while, probably to get a good contact, and there were a few statue inspectors early that we wouldn't want to knock out, so...
Yeah, agreed. So into the statues we go for a pair of inspects. A slight animation break on the way out, but Sauerkraut really guarding the ambassador. Usually, if the ambassador comes up to you at the statues, the sniper is a little bit less likely to pay a lot of attention to them, so you might be able to get something by them from it, but Sauerkraut absolutely on top of that. Now Gabrio is able to pick up their first flirt, a close green for 51%.
Yeah.
Seduction target steps away immediately after as well.
Yeah, the flirt was nicely timed. We did it just as Smallman was taking a drink, knowing that he could have left. So I think that's good. Still plenty to do.
Yep. That's... The thing about this venue is, even if you get all the usual soft tells done, you've still got to figure out one other thing to get by the sniper, and there really just aren't any good options for it on this venue. Unfortunately, this time around, the clock is not on our side. Minute and 15 left to play. We don't have the contact yet. We don't have the flirt done.
Would we consider a Purloin here? Yeah, we're going for it. Okay.
We do. Pending. It's a green test on the Purloin.
Oh, that's a fun little redirect. Okay.
It's the
ambassador.
Oh, it's a good thing the ambassador couldn't take there. That could have been a problem. This seduction target does not want to stand still.
Yeah, it would have been really nice there if we could have gone for a flirt BB. We're gonna have to move to get another one.
Sauerkraut just got a good look at the list. There's the contact coming off. Good work sort of splitting Sauerkraut's attention there. But Sauerkraut, on top of things, has a good idea about what's going on. Again, good timing on the shot, because you've kind of got to assume that the flirt's been done at this point.
Yeah.
And the correct one as well, so.
Yeah. And Sour is just showing, their experience and the degree to which they're kind of making this decision in the right amount of time, right? Double Agent was contacted at 42, shots at 34. So we're definitely within a 10-second time frame if we had managed to finish Flirt.
Yeah.
So I think very well done.
Very, very well done indeed. Very good game sense, shown by both of these players, to be honest. But Sauerkraut is the one who emerges from the first doubled venue with a lead. It's 3-1 as they step into the Spy side versus Gabrio's Sniper, this time on Tayen in 3-2-1, playing it.
Yep.
And Tayen is another small venue, but a very, very different one. This one is a lot more chaotic, as evidenced by the fact that we just did a cheese book.
Yeah, we missed the pad before we went for it too, but so much going on in the time of chaos, and behind a Shoji managed to escape it and get what seems to be a clean direct transfer.
Yeah, it absolutely did look clean. It's hard to catch stuff like that so early on in the game when you've got so much to try to guard.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of guard.
Yeah, absolutely. Paying a lot of attention to that bug, but Sauerkraut doesn't need it anymore. In conversation with the seduction target here, we've got 51% on the Flirt, and having got that transfer done, it's going to be really hard for Gabrio to get back into this one. The Ambassador really, really wants to get bugged.
We will resist the urge. We do not need to throw this game.
Yeah, we are in like the worst possible position to be right now.
Yeah. I guess
Sauerkraut
we'll see.
knows they've got a little bit of time to take with that early book slam, so they're going to take a little bit of that time just idling a little bit. Goes over to try to get a contact off, but the double agent steps away shortly after. Still over 1 minute and 30 to play, so we've got time to work with, but if the other partygoers aren't being super friendly, this time could tick away from us very quickly. Back into conversation we go with the seduction target, trying to get this done in 2. Be pretty nice to make it happen, but unfortunately not able to hit it. It's 85% after a white test on the second Flirt, so we've still got to get one more of those, and with only 1 minute left to play, we don't have a ton of time. Oh, I think that was supposed to be a contact, but was instead an attempted reverse drive-by bug. Had plenty of cover, though, so it's very unlikely that it was seen, and it certainly did not take.
Yeah, it seems like we're in an okay spot. Really want to do
Absolutely.
this contact, but
Banana
a
bread.
few people out. We did go for it. Okay.
Got the Flirt done, got the contact done, let off a couple of lowlights, but nothing too serious. 30 seconds left to play, and I think a center statue visit will win this for Sauerkraut, but he really wants this bug. Has another go at the reverse drive-by, and this one doesn't quite work out either. The Ambassador just a little bit too far away.
We're not going to go for the purloin either. Jeez.
It's 15 seconds. One more shot at the Ambassador.
All right, here it is.
He's going to take it on the way through. It's the wrong arm, but it gets caught out by Gabrio. The shot comes off, and the game that it looked like Sauerkraut had won, he's not able to close out.
Yeah, it felt unthrowable, but I think we just couldn't find. We didn't go for a center inspect earlier in the match. We were unable to get a nice clean bug. Just a shame, and then had some trouble getting that contact, it felt like.
Yeah, I agree. But it really does feel like if you were never in a position to be credited for a bug, then you should be able to get that center statue without really much issue.
Yeah, I think in 30 seconds, it's the kind of shot that behaviorally sometimes somebody might take, just like, I don't have any other high suspects right now. Nothing else has happened this game. I don't know. I think it's tricky. But I think the degree to which Wheels' bug is terrible kills us there. I think better bugging arms might have won the day for us.
It very well may have. Either way, Sauerkraut not able to make it happen, and Gabrio suddenly has yet another chance to tie things up instead of playing from an even greater deficit in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Gabrio going straight for center inspect.
Absolutely.
Doesn't want to finish in the last 10 seconds like Sour just did.
Not going behind the
Oh.
shoji, Joe, just being right out in the open. The animation break as well. Luckily, not being caught by Sauerkraut. I think their eyes were elsewhere. So we do get that one quick mission done, but we also get Hylet for our troubles.
Yeah. We've broken another statue animation. Oh, there it is. That safety off. I wonder if the path was not appreciated game that combo.
That's a very likely, I think. 51% on the flirt, but oh, that was unusual. Animation break on a drink take.
Yeah. I think that occasionally happens, but I don't know. It does feel like with the safety off, we might be in a bit of trouble if we do much more.
I suspect that Gabrio is in an extraordinarily difficult position here. It's not unwinnable, but I don't think you can win with a fairly standard spy game at this rate.
Yeah, so we're idling a bit here. We'll see what Irish does after taking the drink. She does stay.
Yep, it's slow going. This should be in range, but Irish steps away, so no flirt coming out of this. And we're down to 1 minute and 15 seconds. It's a very difficult situation here.
Yep, we
Green
got
test
a
on the
green curling
purloin,
pending.
though.
Yep.
So that might get us that little bit of chaos that we need to get this done. Got a really good look at that fade, though, so that could definitely cause problems for Gabrio. Back in the conversation with the seduction target. Not a lot of reaction from Sauerkraut off of that purloin. And because they were zoomed in on the list, that's probably a bad thing for Gabrio, all things considered.
It probably is. I think I suspect Sour is on top of it and just doesn't feel like giving away information to Gabrio. So
yeah,
because it was clear that he saw it.
So it's 84% on the flirt at this point. I think as soon as this contact comes off, that's going to be a bullet. There's the contact, and there's the bullet.
Yeah.
That is a very strong and disciplined sniper game coming out of Sauerkraut.
Yeah, I am wondering if it was the path that really got the... Sure seemed like it. Yeah, it definitely was. Actually looking at it, I could see it. Really clips into Irish there during the path, which is a no-no if you're against Sour. So
yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, Sauerkraut still up by 2. Just got that one spy win, but has certainly held serve from the sniper side. Gabrio has not found a way through as of yet. Let's see if Sauerkraut can extend that lead a little bit in 3, 2, 1, playing it. It's a very awkward start from Sauerkraut, but it's time of chaos. What do you want?
Yeah, a curious set of paths, but We end up next to our selection target, and that's what matters. 34%.
Unlikely to get noticed considering how much there is to look at so early on in the game. 34% on the flirt as well, so that's not too bad. A nice little attempted reverse drive-by. It was a low success rate, but also very low risk.
I don't wonder if it was mistaken as Duke got a highlight behind us. I sort of wonder if there was a bug credit for Duke instead of us.
Either way, it looks like we're just going to hang out for the timer flirt and try to catch the ambassador slipping through that little gap in the middle there. We've got so much cover from this front conversation. We could absolutely make something out of this, but the ambassador does not deign to walk behind us once again, and this time is just going to join into the conversation. There's another reverse drive-by attempt, but again, just a little bit late on that right click.
Always soul crushing, but we will find a way. Wandering around a bit.
I know that man is a very common ambassador choice because of his heftiness and the amount of space he can cover one's arm, but also he's very swift, so sometimes it makes things a lot more difficult than it would with somebody else. Either way, that's the flirt getting done. We're in conversation with the double agent as well, and no longer in position to be trying any cheeky little reverse drive-bys.
Yep, I think that the green time ad was very wise. We were definitely falling behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're in a spot where this contact might look pretty good, feel pretty good. The STA is unfortunately out. We decided not to go for it though.
Oh, it had another go at that reverse drive-by, all from this same spot. But the ambassador just a little bit too far out once again. Another chance?
Banana bread.
Nope, this one a fake contact.
Yeah. I think it is an interesting spot, going for the bugs here, in that when the front conversation's full, you have a lot of cover, but it's not kind of the classic bug spot, like in the back of this conversation.
Yeah.
Or the sides, perhaps. So.
Even with that time ad, we're down to 45 seconds. There's the bug finally coming off, but I don't know if we have much time to get this party finished in conversation with the double agent, so this should be the contact coming off. And indeed, it almost was, but the double agent steps away, so it's going to have to be a purloin into center statue. So we did hit the green test on the purloin. We are going to be picking up these 3 inspects. How are we able to get this purloin done? We are getting a bit of a reject chain out of this, so it's going to be a little bit hard to keep track of. The reject chain continues.
Oh, that's really nice for Sour. Going for a print too.
This is a very big reject chain, but also because of the pending, oh my god, it just keeps getting longer. Nobody's thirsty.
Yeah, this is a very difficult shot. I think an interesting choice from Sour to go for
Sauerkraut just hiding in the back. There it is. Does he have any idea? He knows. No, he had an idea, but it was not the correct one. I think Sauerkraut might have been trying to dance in the middle of the conversation, but Gabrio didn't even really get a good look at it and able to pick up yet another spy game.
The dance is very fun. I like that. But that reject chain was insane. Very challenging shot. Yeah.
All right, so Sauerkraut has been playing a very, very strong spy game, and that puts them up 5-2. They're in a very dominant position at this point, and Gabrio has got to get something going from the spy side, starting here on the last game of Taeyen in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Gabrio, we trust. We see some Early cheese, going for a
Well,
fancier
it's not
animation.
cheese, but it is an animation transfer. So green microfilm in pocket to start the game. The ambassador drops in to say hi as well. We might be able to get something off of this if we're particularly cheeky about it. I think you saw it.
Yeah, I'd be
It
pretty
was
concerned.
very, very much on screen, but absolutely no reaction from Sauerkraut. We know how disciplined he is with not giving away the laser like that. There's a white purloin coming off as well.
Okay, the highlight does come off. Here's
That's
banana
just a
bread.
highlight, though. That actually makes me nervous.
Yeah, gosh.
Green flirt at a perfect distance. That's 49%. So he's not going to be able to timer flirt this, but that is still very much into flirt range.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder whether Sour will shoot, because we only have to finish flirt now.
I think if Sour actually got a look at that animation transfer, Gabro wouldn't be alive right now. The bug, I mean, not the animation transfer.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Our ST does unfortunately leave conversation.
That's fine. They weren't in range to finish up the two flirt anyways.
Yeah, I think it's tricky though, right? If she decided to stay in this conversation the whole game and we just got to talk 2 more times, I don't know.
It's hard to have an AI stay in conversation long enough to get 2 timer flirts off of them, though. Back into conversation they go. I don't think that's in range.
Yeah, I don't think so. I
1
think that's
minute
the
to play.
49%.
Hits the white test, so not even quite able to hit that green. It's 82%. So as long as we don't get the literal worst possible flirt.
Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't move, we'll
She doesn't
finish
move her
flirt with
fine.
1 and 10 seconds left. I
He
wanted to
does
believe.
move, though. He had that
I
book in
wanted to
hand
believe.
still.
See, this is the thing. One more talk here might actually
Give
kill us.
chase. I saw that. I saw that safety flicker. That's a problem.
I think. Oh, jeez.
There's the last talk. Is Sauerkraut on this? 5 seconds? They are, in fact. For a while there, it really looked like Gabro had that game in hand, but just barely not able to make it happen. Takes the talk mid-idle, and I think that was all Sauerkraut needed to pull the trigger.
That is very unfortunate. Yeah, it does seem as though if the bug was highly suspected, we would have been shot earlier. So, um, but sauerkraut for you.
That is an incredible recovery game on the sniper. That's some very, very impressive stuff. So, that said, on to the library we go. It's Sauerkraut up 4 games, 6-2 versus Gabrio's sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. So it's going to be a quick little green flirt from a distance at the windows to start off the festivities. 36% is where that lands us, so slightly better than a close white. We will absolutely take that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Flirting from that much distance at the beginning of the game is, being pretty respectful towards your sniper. Assuming that possibly they could flirt better.
Into pulling out a green book as well fairly quickly. Normally, the green bookcase is not where you want to go to grab a book from. That's usually where they get returned to. But If you get
just
out
go
of there
for
as
it.
quickly as Sauerkraut did, it can absolutely work out. We're just going to throw this right smack into the blue bookcase without too much waiting. And Gabrio, I don't think, knows where this came from.
Yeah, nothing yet. Ambo's on the other side of the venue. Seems good.
Yeah, absolutely. Toby was in the area to draw the sniper's attention, but the sniper's attention was not drawn enough to see Sauerkraut at those bookcases. So the transfer is now done. We've gotten the second flirt. A white test from a bit of a distance brings us up to 70%.
Oh, and there's a very tempting drink print, although I'm not sure if we're too close to a wall to get an offer. I think we are. Oh,
Oh, I wonder what that highlights for.
I wonder if it could be like a extraordinarily delayed potential microfilm credit. Really hard to
no
say.
idea.
Is it
Either
possible?
way, that's the flirt done, so 2 missions complete, 2.5 minutes to play. And into, oh dear, a little bit of a missed pad,
jeez.
another bit of a missed pad. This is not how you look at that bust.
Oh, God.
And as soon as we get our stuff sorted out and get moving again is when Gabro swings over to look, so... A little bit of luck there from Sauerkraut, not getting caught out for that weirdness, but it worked out.
Yeah, that's, I'll put you into a panic. We go for
Yeah.
side inspects.
Second attempt actually lands us into the statues this time. I thought they were going to go for center, but actually winds up at the side statues. Minute and 45 left to play as we pick up this pair of inspects.
Yeah, it does put us in a position where, if we chose to do so, we could go for a inspect swap finish after our contact.
It absolutely could. But we're going to need to find, well, back into the statues right away, so it's likely not going to be an inspect swap. Because we don't have that extra mission done. It is an inspect swap.
Panic.
Did he forget it's a 5 of? Either way, it doesn't matter. The shot comes off. Gabrio's on top of things, but that was just a weird game, top to bottom.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe if you had the green test there, maybe we hope we could do something else interesting. I am just very curious about where this highlight came from. Like, why?
Yeah, that highlight was confusing indeed.
We did twitch a little bit for some reason. Maybe it was an accident.
Well, either way, Gabrio, stepping into the spy side, has got to start finding spy wins and can't really leave it any later than this. Onto the spy side of library they go versus Sauerkraut Sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
I wonder if it could have been super greedy. So either it was an accident or maybe we wanted to get that drink print. Anyway, that was the last game. But regardless.
Ooh, a cheeky little double walking bug attempted, but unfortunately the bounce does not delay the ambassador for long enough, and Gabro is not able to get that mission done. So, 5 missions still to go. No early progress, not taking any cheeky seduce attempts, just making their way out to the statues and picking up the 3 inspects. No, that's actually just a swap.
Oh, goodness.
What?
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes. If Sour somehow forgot the statue.
So we've got the swap, we've got the inspects, we've probably also got a death warrant?
We shall see. Not much reaction yet, but we've learned that doesn't necessarily mean a lot.
Has been right on screen quite a few times, and I don't think Sauerkraut's really noticed, so that swap might have just worked.
Yeah, I think we did manage to get a green flirt, which is always good.
Indeed, 51% on that is always nice to see. Might be able to chase into conversation here as well. Indeed, we are, so this could be a very quick little two-flirt. Unfortunately, the double agent steps away, so we're not able to make anything of that, but oh, we're not able to hit the two-flirt either. That's fine. We still got 2 minutes and 45 to play, so there's plenty of time. Would have been nice to not have to worry about that last flirt, though.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we go for this print here. We'll have to figure out what our last mission is going to be, right? So it's going to be prints. May want to get that started soon. But Wheels is going to fully smudge that one at the yellow bookcase.
I'm surprised Gabrio... Oh, it's a Twitch bug attempt, but gets caught by Sauerkraut. Looked like he kind of tried to dodge right at the end there, maybe get the ambassador shot, but
Yeah.
didn't work out. It was... I like the cheek. It was a fun attempt, but Sauerkraut on top of things. Gabrio gets caught out, and it's a rough situation to be in. Down 3-7 going in to gallery.
Yeah.
This is a mountain to climb.
Good attempt, but yes, this is a tough situation to be in, so I guess we'll see if Gabrio can claw back.
Starting from the sniper side of gallery 4 of 8 in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
These window pads are always so challenging. It would be very seductive to go for that flirt with Duke, but also would have been very risky. Good chance he
Indeed.
would have left, so we didn't go for it.
Which wound up being wise, I think.
Yeah, I think he probably would have left. He's going to another window pad. We're probably not going to make that one in time either. Maybe we'll try anyway.
Check his watch, so we very well might. It's a white test. It does indeed come off in time. Still there
Ooh.
for quite a while. It's a double walking bug on the way in, and Gabriel was zoomed in too far to be able to see it. The bug went off clean.
Oh, but the highlight.
I'm pretty sure the bug was completely clean. I don't think he got a look at it. 60% on the flirt now.
What's this highlight for then?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess we'll see how bad it is with time. Even off screen, I wonder if Gabrio could have credited.
There's a very good chance it could be a bug credit. I don't think he saw it happen, but seeing the aftermath of that, you could absolutely credit a bug.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. Looks like we're gonna go for a print here.
Yep. Print indeed. We'll see if we try anything with the book itself, or we're just here for the fingerprint. We do indeed take the blue book out. Looks like we're going to see if we can get this transferred. It's a pretty good venue for transfers, all things considered, although that was a very exposed take. It's just going to use it as an excuse to get this next flirt, it looks like. A white test. A close white test, too, but... Oh, wait, that was accidentally a transfer.
Yeah,
I think that was intended to be a seduce, judging by what the camera did immediately following. But, you know, these things happen.
That is too bad, but yeah, I think with the bug credit we might have been in trouble anyway. So
yeah,
nicely done by Gabrio.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to have another look at that bug real quick.
Yeah, unless there's something else.
Yeah, that one was. It wasn't actually the zoom in that caused the problems. It was Duke in the background covering for us absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
That was That was one hell of a bug. Wow.
And so on that end, very nicely done. But now, Gabrio's got potentially the more challenging half of this. Has to get spy win.
It usually is in SpyParty. The spy end is just so hard to get through, especially with the sniper that has been playing as well as Sauerkraut has. Let's see if Gabrio is able to make anything happen on Gallery in 3, 2, 1, playing it. And that's a very quick green flirt for 51% in this back conversation here. You love to see stuff like that, especially on this venue. It's not always easy to get the seduce done.
Yeah, with just these two very far apart conversation circles, often a big challenge. We go for some inspects.
Barely getting that first inspect off in time as well. So we're able to get both at this particular visit, so we'll make a potential inspect swap a little bit easier later in the game. Also able to pick up a flirter painting pad, so 85% on that. Lots and lots of progress with 3 minutes left to play.
Yep. And it's always a challenge to decide when you want to take your gallery contact, because that can be a hot commodity.
Banana bread.
We do go for it.
We do indeed. It's not a fantastic one by any means, but it's not terrible. Let off, I think, well, a decent number of lowlights.
Yeah, it could have been 5. Okay, alright, our ST's coming out here. Maybe we can finish our last flirt without moving, which would be very nice.
No,
Okay,
we're going to have to step out to the window here, but I really like the positioning there. We don't need to be close. But unfortunately, our friend, the seduction target, does not feel particularly friendly, steps away just before that completes. And we're going to do it at statues instead.
These
and
lowlights.
Immediately die for it.
Yeah, I think the time ad was seen. So many lowlights taken right after that time ad. And I think finishing statues is just enough for Sour.
Yeah, absolutely. So that should put Sauerkraut on 4 match points. That is not an easy place to be.
Yeah, and we're on Veranda next too.
Yeah, Veranda, a very, very difficult venue for the spy. One of the few 5 of still in rotation. It's going to be Sauerkraut on the spy side to start versus Gabrio's sniper in 3, 2, 1, playing it. But the real test will be the next game when Gabrio steps into the spy shoes, if Sauerkraut's not able to put it away here. It's a very early time ad to start off the... Well, it's a very early shot, too, so we won't have long to wait.
Yeah, I guess Gabrio just feels good enough about taking that. I mean, would have been top suspect even without the shot, so there you go.
Fair enough. he's yeah, we take those. So Gabrio gets the sniper game done nice and quick. Here's where things get tough. It's the spy side of Veranda, 5 of 8. Gabrio absolutely needs this game or we're done. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. And Sauerkraut's sniper has been absolutely ironclad.
Yeah, on point. I think one of those tan games was a bit shaky, but we still recovered, which I think is a hallmark of a good sniper, being able to decide when they have to take a shot for behavior, even without all the hard tells. So
So this is just going to be a pair of inspects for Gabrio to open up the festivities.
That's their national
Takes-
highlight.
Yeah. So this isn't a big highlight, it's just statue memorization, but being the big glowing man throughout the entire game is still not something most spies would like to invite.
We are the big glowing salmon man. Looks like we'll just go ahead and finish inspects right away.
Yeah, get the statues out of the way early. May as well. Means no inspect swap later on, but that may well be for the best.
Our selection target has not been particularly kind. We haven't been able to get any
Yeah, they
progress
really
yet.
haven't. I've got a book in
getting a
hand as
briefcase,
well.
too.
So then, oh, good lord, this man.
Yeah.
All right,
Does feel
well,
like
it
we
looks
might-
like we're just going to step in to say hi to the double agent and get some progress that way. It's a good time for it, too.
Unfortunately.
Sad.
Sad. It is sad.
This has been a tough party for Gabrio. Able to get the 2 early statue visits done. It's going to be a purloin. It's gonna be a white test. That might be the nail in the coffin. Although I don't know if Sauerkraut got a great look at that. There's enough lowlights that you kind of assume that they did see that the list was gone.
Yeah.
This is gonna be such a hard game to make happen.
Yeah, we've already finished our inspects. We only have 1:45 to get our flirt done.
Picking up a fingerprint here as well off the briefcase.
Yeah.
That was a really good stop.
Yeah, I think getting this flirt done is going to be the big problem here. Unless we time add, we're going to have to be
I
very
think we
aggressive
have
with
to
it.
time add. Like this
Yeah.
is less than balcony amount of flirt time. This is basically not doable. Unless you 2 flirt with some cheeky movement in the middle, you're not getting this flirt done. This man is such
Yeah.
a jerk. All right, time ad.
Not having it.
Time ad.
Yeah.
It is a green test, so we take those.
Yeah, we really needed it.
We did indeed finally step into conversation with the selection target for this first flirt, but it is the first flirt, and it doesn't look like it's going to matter. We've got safety off on Gabrio, thinks twice about it, but takes the shot anyways. Sauerkraut gets it done 9-5.
Yeah, I think it was just too much, being in the purloin chain, finish inspects. There's at least 1 print.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
That was a very strong set by Sauerkraut. Again, they just had that one bobble on the sniper side on Tayen, missing a couple of hardtails there, but was absolutely able to gather it back up and shoot for talking animation breaks,
So,
which is wild.
okay, so yeah, if you're in Sova right now, I would be worried.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That man
I
is
mean,
terrifying.
I think when all the SCL divisions were announced, pretty much everybody predicted that Sauer would be leaping through the ranks. It's clear to see why.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, nice set of games.